Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Grumpy Old Git on the Corner on a Wednesday that is still dark, overcast, and apparently a large threat of rain. But anyway, let's get into this today. Obviously, COVID 2.0, the inquiry, is continuing, and yesterday it was the return again of Michael Gove. But he actually expressed some remorse about the lost ones, those that had lost loved ones, due to bad mistakes by the government, which he admitted they made. But he was still pushing the blame everywhere else, although at one point he was protecting Boris a little bit. As I always do, it's a boring thing to watch, although there's some surprising bits in there. I'll put the links to yesterday's proceedings in the comments below, in the description, sorry. But no, Met Corporation. Now, I watched a few videos over the weekend, and they showed their complete bias again. By this I mean with the way they targeted Tommy Robinson. Now, I don't follow Tommy. I agree with some of the things he says. It's personal choice. He doesn't make me feel anything about what he says, except for the grooming gangs, obviously. Now, when they arrested him, they did so saying that they were going to remove him because somebody may be offended by his presence. Well, Met Police, I'm offended by your fucking presence every time I see one of you. Every time I see a copper on the streets, I'm offended by the way you carry on in this country. So, banding that word around, be very fucking careful. But he was targeted by them. This was plain to see. Now, when they took him out, arrested him, they made sure that there was cameras watching. And it shows their intent on camera. Now, when a so-called police force, I won't call them that anymore because they're not, they're just government-paid thugs. When a so-called peacekeeper force surround a person with about 20, 25 guys, probably more, pushing him, pulling him all directions, while in handcuffs. Now, if 25 coppers can't handle one person in handcuffs, you need fucking sacking and you need to go now, basically. But for the cameras, in handcuffs, one of them holds his head and another sprays him in the eyes, point blank, with Parva spray or whatever it is they're using. Now, there's only one reason for this. The coppers weren't in danger, they weren't in threat of anything. The guy was in handcuffs. The only reason to do this was to cause extreme pain. There was no other reason for it. Now, they did this openly on camera. And that sends a dangerous message, because these bastards are showing you and me and everybody else exactly how they're prepared to act around us on government's orders. Now, do you get why I'm bringing this one up? They wanted people to see that. They wanted people to see this is what you're going to get if you just disagree with us. See where I'm coming from? Now, I've seen films of this tactic before. Mainly from 1930s Germany. A certain group. Hey, Met Corporation, go read some history. See how that fucking ended for them, will you? You treasonous little assholes. Not one of you would face the man face to face on your own, would you? Same as you would in everybody else. You got to have a little gang. Fucking treasonous. That's what I call them. Treasonous. Disgusting. But some more incoming tyrannical laws. This time it's the teachers. Now, what I do care about is they're taking non-emergency workers' rights to strike away from them, and will sack them if they do strike. What happens from that next? They've done it to a lot of public emergency workers. Yeah, fair enough, but I wouldn't class teachers as emergency workers, so there's no reason to put that law in place. Where is that going to lead to? Every man on the street? You will be forced to work with penalties if you refuse or strike. Couple that with they want to look into your bank accounts, force disabled, sick people with mental health issues to work. Like I keep saying, people, connect all them dots. Everything I've been saying over the last 2-3 years, connect those dots and you see that big dystopian authoritarian future appearing in front of your eyes. It's coming. I'm telling you, it's coming. But change tack a bit now. An investigation into the NHS about how a depraved necrophiliac, David Fuller, was allowed to abuse over 100 corpses in 10-15 years by working in their mortuaries. Now, I find this very disturbing indeed. Apparently they missed a lot of opportunities to stop him. They had opportunities to see what he was doing, and nobody suspected a thing. This is just wrong on so many levels. So wrong. At least this animal will never be released from prison. That's one good thing. But the fact that it happened to start with isn't good. Isn't good at all. But again, the NHS were found to have failings. This has happened many times before, just like the police. And all we get is a sorry. It ain't good enough, people. It just ain't fucking good enough. If I go out and beat the shit out of someone and say it's sorry, is that alright? No. I'd be fucking banged up, wouldn't I? Heads have got to roll for this. Sorry, and just don't cut it in this world anymore. Not with me. From the police and the government, I tune it out. I don't hear it from them anymore. They're hollow words. They mean nothing to me from them. Right, guys. I'm going to leave it there for today. What we on? Wednesday, innit? Yeah. I would like to say thank you to the new subs that are coming in. Very slowly. One or two of them are some old mates of mine from back home. Who have recently been in touch through Facebook and various other things. So, yeah, nice to see those guys in here. As I always say, I'm not for everybody. Please be aware that YouTube and the faceless cowards behind them are rampant in the comments. They remove texts, they hide comments, remove texts, comments, remove them, hide them. I don't get alerts from most of them, so I have to go looking for the comments. So if I don't reply to you as soon as you make your comment, if I find it at some point, I will reply to them. But this is some of the faceless cowards that YouTube have done to me all along now, and apparently they're doing it to everybody else. They don't know the truth, and they break their core value of freedom of expression every day by censoring it. It's lost. This platform is lost. It really is. But guys, until tomorrow, as always, stay strong. No, got that. First time I've got it wrong in a month. Stay safe. Stay strong. And stay free. Respect, people.